Welcome to Focus on Crestview. I'm Derek Lott, City President of CCB Community Bank and President of the Crestview Area Chamber of Commerce. This month we have the North Okaloosa County Schools that's been our breakfast sponsor, and I have Principal Bob Jones, I have Deputy Superintendent Randy Nobles. Glad to have you guys here today, and thank you so much for your sponsorship.
Well, thank you, Derek. You know, the reason we chose to sponsor, from my involvement with the Chamber, one of the reasons I got involved with the Chamber was because I knew that we had to have a great relationship between the businesses and our schools, and in Crestview we do that. We we have a kind of a closed community there, and the schools we take care of each other. The businesses work so hard. We have people that sponsor classrooms. They buy ads in our programs. They buy ads in our annuals. They put the banners up on the outfield fences and around the football fields and in our gyms. Frankly, we could not do a lot of the extracurricular activities that we do without the businesses. We just couldn't do them because there's no money in our budgets. Our athletics, as a lot of people may not know, are pretty much self-sufficient. Other than the coaches' salaries, there's no money comes out of our school budget for athletics and other programs. So the businesses support our athletics, they support our extracurricular programs, they sponsor elementary classrooms. So the businesses in our area do a wonderful job of supporting our schools, and sponsoring the breakfast is just our way of kind of giving back a little bit and saying thank you.
Well, you definitely understand a little bit about the Chamber, because I mentioned this the other day. I never knew you as Principal Jones, but I did know you as the President of the Crestview Area Chamber of Commerce. And we met there a couple years ago at the airport, so we both have a love of airplanes, but we also love the Chamber very much, because we know the value that the Chamber can, one, assemble people that are like-minded, that want to support both commerce and your community. And you're definitely a perfect illustration of somebody that's very good at what they do in their job, but also reaches out to the community and knows how to get the best value of your membership at the Chamber. So we surely appreciate not only being a president, but a past president, and you're still involved. So thank you so much for your sponsorship and being involved in your leadership in the community.
Absolutely. It's just another way of giving back.
Well, thank you so much. Well, Mr. Nobles, I was wondering if you might could tell us a little bit about the North Okaloosa schools, and maybe for the people out there that might not be as familiar, name some of the schools. Tell us a little bit about maybe the leadership there and what type of schools they are.
Okay, and I'd like to piggyback on what Bob said, because you had a good view of some of the things that the community helps us with at the Chamber breakfast the other day. We had a group of students in the arts, the drama department, put on a little musical, just a partial musical for us from Baker. We also had a couple of kids from Crestview High School who came in and did a monologue for us. Then of course we had the Big Red Machine from Crestview with the leadership of Jody Dunn, with the jazz band on the stage, who did a great job for us. And without the community support and the support of all the businesses in the north area, in the north of the county, we couldn't offer those extracurricular activities. And we do appreciate, as Bob said, the businesses being able to donate to all of our organizations, all of our extracurricular activities, so that we can have these experiences for kids. We have 5 elementary schools in the Crestview area. We have Antioch and Walker, which were built around 1995, 1996. Our 2 newest schools are Riverside Elementary and Shoal River Middle School, located out behind the hospital on Redstone. We also have Bob Sykes, which is one of our older schools. Bob Sykes is around 54, 55 years old now. And one of our kind of older but yet newer schools is also Northwood Elementary. Northwood Elementary is on the campus of the old Crestview High School and the old Richmond Middle School. But we have renovated that entire campus, and most of it now is occupied by Northwood Elementary. The other thing I'm very proud about is we do have, for severely handicapped children on the north end of the county, Richburg School located on that same campus for those kids. That's something we haven't had on the north end of the county except for the last 3 years.
In that school, I guess there's, what I understand is 2 in the county. There is one in the south end?
Yeah, the Silver Sands School in the south end, that's where our north end kids had to go to. In previous years, but once we built the Shoal River Middle School and was able to move, and Bob was the principal then, and move the Richburg Middle School over to Shoal River Middle School, we were able to renovate that campus, and that particular part of the old Richburg School was renovated specifically for severely handicapped children. And now those kids, they don't have the 2-hour bus rides they used to have one way. Because you have kids live at Escambia Farms, you have kids in Laurel Hill, and that's a long drive for those kids.
And I know those parents and those students that it was a blessing for that to open up in Crestview, for the fact, like you're saying, some of those children with their disabilities and handicaps, a long bus ride is even more of a hassle than it is for a regular student that might not have to endure waiting on a bus or a long trip. So it's definitely been a benefit to the north end, and we're glad that we have that service in our part of the county.
Davison Middle School is also, it was built around 95, 96. So most of our schools on the north end are fairly new. Of course, we have Baker and Laurel Hill also. Baker is about 50 years old, and Bob and I were talking today. Baker is over 1,400 kids now. It's our 5th largest school in the school district. You know, it's a pre-K through 12 school, and you know, we have grown and steadily growing in the Baker area. So, you know, our schools are doing well on the north end, and we've had a lot of success academically and extracurricular.
Well, I tell you, we're going to take a little break in just a moment. When we come back, I want to hear a little more about some special programs that you have going on in North Okaloosa schools, and some specifically sports and the band and some of the art programs that you've shared with us, and maybe how in the community, how we can continue to help to support you guys. So we'll take a break, and when we come back, I'll be excited to hear some more about what's going on in the North Okaloosa schools.